The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Brian Bailey, and Jamie Dulaney's on the line. Say hi, Jamie.
Hey, guys. Welcome tonight. We're so glad that you all came.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking just a few minutes out of your busy schedules. And I know on a Wednesday night with church and things happening in your life, I know it's really tough to get together a couple of nights a week. And so I really do commend you guys for taking just a few minutes out of your life to learn about the new isXperia Mystique radio campaign. And what a pleasure it is for us to be able to host this for you guys tonight. We've got some great leaders that are on the line. You'll be hearing from those guys a little bit later. But I think we want to start off tonight just by letting you guys know that tonight is just, it's all about information and just sharing with you what the vision is of the actual campaign, what we've learned from past campaigns, a little bit about Jamie and I and why we're so committed to this type of marketing and advertising and prospecting in general, and why it's so important in your business. And so I just want to welcome you guys for doing it. We've got a lot of people that are joining. People are still clicking in right now. Probably another 50 or 60 more people should be coming on the line here in the next few minutes. So I don't want to waste too much time to get started because we've got a lot of ground to cover in a very short period of time. So I want to start off by just saying this. You know, when it comes to your isXperia business or any other business, I mean, for those of you that are entrepreneurs and you've started companies before, this may be a little bit redundant for you, but for those of you that this is new to you, owning your own business, owning your own company, looking at your own organization now and saying, what is my primary objective? What are the priorities for me in my business right now? Well, obviously, we know as a company we've got phenomenal products. We've got phenomenal programs. There's things to come with this company that is just going to blow our minds. But, you know, we recognize that the products themselves, as great as they may be, they're not going to go out there and share this concept, and they're not going to promote the business for you. That's left up to us. Christopher's done a great job by securing this company financially, making sure that we've got, you know, the best products on the market, the highest quality content, and the highest quality nutritionals out there, the highest quality skincare line. But we know we've got the products to work with. Now, he's even mentioned this, that it's our job to go out there and actually share this concept, share this business, and share these great products that we have. And that's really what we're doing this particular program for. We recognize, and I'm going to turn this over to Jamie here in just a minute, but we recognize that you know, we get in this business, we get excited, and we go out there and we share this concept with you know, as many people as we can in the short term. And then after a few weeks, you know, if you're a real go-getter, you've exhausted that list of your friends and family members and warm market. You've gone through everybody. You got a few people now on your team, and now you're sitting back and going, okay, what's next? And it's a real challenge if you burn through that list a few times to really start to get that momentum going. And in the world of sales, momentum cures everything. When you have it as a company, you're winning. Everything is clicking, everybody's winning, everybody's making money, but without momentum, it's a struggle. And so both Jamie and I in the past have built fairly large organizations by doing different types of prospecting, and one of them, just one cog in the wheel, is mass marketing or mass media with radio advertisement. And so I'm going to turn this over to Jamie just to tell you a little bit about what you're seeing here on your screen, because she has done an unbelievable job with the visuals that we're going to see tonight. I tell you what, in terms of the partnership, the Bailey-Dulaney partnership, the Dulaney side is so much better than the Bailey side. So I'm going to turn it over to the superstar, Miss Jamie Dulaney. Jamie?
Thanks, Brian. Guys, you know, we're just so happy that all of you showed up tonight. You know, you guys may be wondering, you know, why we would even do this. And as Brian was saying before, we're passionate about our business. We're passionate about building it in any way that we can. And anything that you're going to hear here tonight from Brian or myself has in no way, it is not meant to replace your traditional building of your business by talking to people that you know, by sharing face-to-face, belly-to-belly, you know, whatever term you like to use for it. This is an enhancement. You know, one of the things that I always like to do is to kind of share our story. And when I say our story, I'm talking about the story of me and Brian. You see, I live in Louisiana, and Brian lives down in Florida. And several years ago, I was at a place in my life, many of you guys may not know my story, so I wanted to take a few minutes and just tell you my story so that you know where Brian and I are coming from. Brian has his family down in Florida, and I have my family in Louisiana. And I'm an executive paralegal, and I love that. I've been doing it for a long time. I work with a preeminent law firm down in South Louisiana, and it's really a great job for me. I love going there every day. But I ended up becoming, at 13 years after having my children, a single mother. And just as a means of, it's something, a necessity for me, and a drive that I had in my life, I started trying businesses. I had an eBay store. I did all sorts of things. I threw everything against the wall. Everything against the wall. I tried this. I tried that. And some things worked pretty well for me, and I started teaching myself things like how to build a website, how to do email marketing. My eBay store got so big that it became just another job for me. I would have to come home from work at night and pack boxes, and it was just such a hassle. And at that point in my life, I began looking for something else. And I was on Facebook one day, and I saw an ad, and I clicked on it. And I followed through on all the prompts and left all of my contact information. And guess who gave me a call? It was none other than the most awesome Brian Bailey. And I had no idea, and he had no idea, that when we met, that our partnership would actually be one where we could work so well together. And as Brian was saying before, we went on to build a business very quickly using radio ads and just all types of marketing. And the reason why I joined with Brian in the first place was because, number one, I did not want to go around talking to my business colleagues, my friends, my family. I did not want to do that, and he was offering me the opportunity to learn. And I'm a person that I love to learn new things. I love to do new things. And so he was giving me the opportunity not only to grow as a person and to grow in my knowledge and understanding of how to market myself online, but he was giving me the opportunity to do something that I already believed in, which was network marketing. And he was giving me the opportunity to learn how to truly do it online. And we got into a pattern and just started making it happen. And I absolutely fell in love with it. So, for me, what I really want you guys to come away with this story, if you've never done this type of marketing and you think, well, how can that work? I will tell you that I have a phenomenal relationship with Mr. Brian Bailey. He is a phenomenal person. And with the people that in our team that are truly all over the nation. We have little pockets all over the place. I have a hometown team that I absolutely adore, but I have people all over the United States. And had I not opened myself up to this type of marketing, I would be limiting myself to people that were destined to be in my business. So I love this type of marketing because it takes me outside of my borders. And, you know, we open this up to everyone because we can do more as a whole group, as a company, and we can each experience this phenomenon. We can open up pockets in different areas of the United States where people perhaps have never heard of this great company and of our great leader, Christopher Brada, and the wonderful people that are in this business. So, you know, that's a little bit about our story from my perspective, and I'm going to turn it right back to Brian.
Thanks, Jamie. It is a great story, and again, a lot of people say, "Wow, Brian, you know, to partner up with someone like Jamie is, I mean, you truly got lucky." And Mark Twain said, "Luck is where effort and opportunity meet." And there was a lot of people that was talked to. There was a lot of presentations that I went through before I got to a Jamie Dulaney. That's for sure. And so this advertisement, radio advertisement, mass media, it's not a magic pill. I want to break it down to brass tacks. This is not a magic pill. Just like Jamie said, this doesn't circumvent your belly-to-belly, your first-tier relationships with the people that you know, those are always going to be very solid relationships, that warm market, and you never can get away from that warm market. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that your warm market today is going to be your warm market 6 months from now. What happens if we're able to use a medium that we are able to get the word out there, and we're able to attract people who have a genuine interest in hearing more about isXperia, about Mystique, about the patch, about what we're putting together here with this company. And from that moment that they have a genuine interest, what do we get a chance to do? Well, if we play our cards right, and if we follow the proper training, we now can nurture a relationship with these people, and we can truly make lifelong friends with people we don't even know exist right now. That's the beauty of this type of program. Now, again, it's no magic pill. So let's talk about how it works. Those of you that were part of the radio campaigns at the beginning of last year, what I'm going to be sharing right now, you've already heard. But I think it's, it's important for everyone that's new to really understand how radio advertising works, first and foremost. The first thing that we've got to do is we've got to make sure that everybody that takes part in this campaign understands what they're taking part in, so that they make the right decision for themselves and their business. Second thing we've got to do is we've got to see, well, what type of buying power do we have with that amount of people? For instance, if we have 30 people that want to take part in this campaign, well, 30 people is going to yield X amount of dollars, only a certain amount of dollars. And just for the sake of talking 30 people, we have $3,000 of buying power. Let's say everybody puts in $100. Well, if that's the case, then we can only buy so much media with $3,000. I have to go to my media buyers. My media buyers can shop this particular 60-second spot, this campaign, and they get the best campaign with the most impressions at the lowest, what's called cost per thousand, or CPM, in the business, and it gives us the most coverage for the most amount of money. The $3,000 really isn't a lot of money when it comes to mass marketing. So the reason why Jamie and I, we believe in this is, for obvious reasons. You've heard of this. You just heard. But the reason why we decided to open this up to the entire company is because not only does it benefit us and our team from having this type of mass marketing, but if we can open this up to the entire company, to all of you guys, what does that do for everybody and isXperia? It gives us a lot more buying power. The more people, the more money we're able to bring into the concept. The more money, then the more leverage we have when it comes to buying media. And I've always said with media buying, 1 + 1 = 3. Just because you have $3,000 today and you can buy so much media with that, if you double that number to $6,000, you're not just buying double the media. You may be buying 3 times or more the media. And I'll show you the numbers here in just a little bit. So the more buying power you have, it's no different than, if you were to buy something at a convenience store, buy a gallon of milk at a convenience store, yeah, you're going to pay, $3.50, $4 for that gallon of milk. You go to a grocery store, you're going to pay a little less. You go to Sam's Wholesale or Costco, one of the warehouse stores, you might have to buy a pallet of milk jugs, but you're going to get them per gallon at a lot less, you're going to pay a lot less for that particular gallon of milk. And because we have more leverage and we have more buying power. And so when it comes to your isXperia business, we've always got to be growing this business. If you're sitting there and you're stagnant, this is something you need to be taking a serious look at. If you haven't recruited somebody in a while, if you haven't had anybody really that was interested in hearing about your isXperia business, if you haven't presented the opportunity to someone in a while, you really need to take a hard look at this. That doesn't mean for those of you that do have a lot of momentum right now shouldn't. It's just I want this program to be able to give some of you guys the spark that is needed to get you back in the game and really get us sharing this concept, because what we got right now is absolutely going to blow the doors off any other company out there, as long as you and we all do our part. Christopher's done his part. He put the product there. He's got the product, he's got the service, everything's in place now. Time for us to do our job. And our job is to get this word out, and this is going to help us. Okay? So how media buying works is these media buyers will go out and they will shop our 60-second spots. Now, what is our 60-second spot going to say? Right now, I have a creative team that built the last campaign. It was a very good campaign, but this campaign is going to be different. This campaign is strictly going to be on our Mystique Lifestyle Patch. The Mystique Lifestyle Patch is something unique. Nobody's got it, and we're building a 60-second radio spot that's going to encompass as much as we can possibly pack into 60 seconds. However, when it comes to advertising, radio advertising is you've got to make sure that you're doing certain things that really are important. We got to make sure that we sell with immediacy, right? With radio advertising, we got to make sure that we sell everywhere with radio advertising. We got to sell with intimacy with radio advertising. That you've got to be able to paint a picture in someone's mind. And I know we've all been there. We've been driving down the street, and we've been listening to something on the radio, and you can see whatever that advertisement is selling. That's the important thing, and that's why not me nor Jamie, as creative as Jamie is, we're not the ones building this campaign, and it hasn't even been finalized yet. And so the beauty of this campaign is we always make sure that you guys get a copy of the actual script, and also you're going to be able to hear this, so at least you can have your input. But realize input must be limited, because we can't keep going back 100 different times to the creative guys, because then it's just cost prohibitive to build one of these. And so, we've got certain things we've got to do with the radio campaign to make this thing work. I think the company has given us something that we're able to focus in on, and that is our free member program. If you notice in our last function, when we got together, we were talking about isXperia dollars. And boy, I tell you, I mean, the buzz has been around this company that this company has been growing free members and free member sales like crazy. That is awesome for us. So free members, if worked correctly with the right training, okay, they are going to become distributors of isXperia. They will. Not all of them, but some of them will. And many of them are going to become leaders in the months and the years ahead. But the key for us is to get as many free members as we can in that are buying the product. And that's what the radio ad is really going to focus in on, this Mystique Lifestyle Patch. And so we haven't finalized the verbiage yet or the script, but as we get closer and closer, every one of you that's part of this campaign is going to get that script and going to have some input. Again, it's limited. Okay? I want to now I want to talk to you a little bit about training. I'm going to turn this over a little bit to Jamie here, because she is the one who is the creative nature of the team that really built many of our training peripherals and what's going to be coming to every single one of you for taking part in this particular campaign. The training is absolutely essential. If you're going to take part in the radio campaign, you got to make sure you come to the training, because this is what's going to teach us what do we do when we get a lead that comes from the radio ad. How do we bring these guys in? How do we engage them? What do we say to them? How do we work the dialogue on the telephone? How do we work with our physiology over that telephone? What should we be doing, and where should we be sending these people? Are there videos? Are there presentations out there, etc.? All of these questions are going to be answered in the training, and it's all a part of this whole system. It's not something that's separate. It's all a part of the system, because if this system is successful, then you're going to do this over and over and over again, and we're going to be able to do this over and over again, and the company is going to grow because of it. So, Jamie, tell them a little bit about the training and what they can expect, just in more detail, if you don't mind.
Well, Brian, would you mind real quick if, before we do that, I know we've got some guests on the phone tonight, and do you mind if we do that right now?
Sure, we can do that right now.
Okay. Well, the reason I wanted to do it during this advertising section, we have some leaders that all you guys know, and we've asked them just to come on for a minute, and they're not specifically going to be talking about our radio campaign, but just the importance of advertising. We all do forms of advertising, each and every one of you on this call tonight, whether it's a home party or, bringing someone to lunch or out for a cocktail. Maybe you have a car magnet, or you put up signs. Maybe you take out newspaper ads. Maybe you have business cards. Maybe you're giving away free samples. These are all types of advertising. And, this is one of the things that I've noticed from talking to people who have really made it in network marketing and growing these types of businesses. They all tell me one thing, that they did advertising, that they weren't scared, that they did what other people were unwilling to do. And so I wanted to just bring on my first guest, Gloria and Jack Vinson. And Gloria and Jack, have you guys been able to log on? Gloria?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I just wanted to just ask you a quick question, and maybe you could expound on that just a little bit. And if you would just share with everyone, you know, we know your story and how well you've done and how phenomenal you're doing here. And could you just tell us from your perspective, you know, having been through the ranks, you know, every level of doing this type of business, what types of advertising you do, maybe perhaps how much you would spend on that, and just your thoughts on advertising in general. Gloria?
I guess that we have technical difficulties there. Okay, well, I don't know if Jack and Gloria can hear me right now, but I guess the system itself made them the presenter. So if Jack and Gloria, if you guys can hear me, if you'll just go up to my name over in the staff section, and then right-click on my name and make me a presenter, that would then I can take control back over and we can move along.
Amy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
I'm sorry, we're having computer problems here. My computer's crashed 3 times since we've been on the call this evening. I apologize. But I was just going to say that, you know, through the years that we've done advertising, and we haven't done we haven't done a lot of radio. We've done a lot of magazine, and magazine is very, very, very expensive. But I'm excited about the radio because if you turn on the radio right now, if you're riding in your car going somewhere and you've got the radio on, if you'll pay attention, almost every 3 minutes you hear some type of weight loss ad on the radio right now today. So for us to be putting together an advertising campaign like this through the radio right now, this time of the year, I don't think we could have picked a better time of the year. But yes, we have, through the magazine advertising that we've done over the years, we've spent literally as much as $1,200 in a given month, just for our own personal share to do advertising. And I think what you guys are putting together is awesome. I know you haven't mentioned prices yet, but I think all of us together as a group.
Well, I think we kind of faded out there with Gloria. Okay, well, we'll take back over here. Well, and thank you, Gloria. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Gloria.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry that you're having some technical issues there. But, you know, one of the things that Gloria mentioned is that, you know, they were doing something. They were out there, they were promoting, they were advertising their particular business, and they were doing stuff. So, one thing is, let me bring this on. Okay. I did my best I could there, Jack. So we're going to have to take over here. Okay, other computer crash. I got a message from them. All right, let's move on. You know, we've got a couple of more people that we want to hear from before we wrap things up here. But let's get to some of the details about the training. We'll tell you guys about how to take advantage of this, what the price point is to take advantage of each particular share, and then we'll wrap it up so we can make sure we get you guys out of here in a timely basis. So. Jamie, is there anything else you want to hit on the advertising piece before we move over to the training?
No, we can move over to training. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, I just wanted you to tell them a little bit about what you're going to be doing with the handbook and everything like that.
Okay. First of all, guys, one thing that I really want to tell you about this campaign, Brian and I are very adamant about exclusivity. And what I mean by that is, you know, you guys are actually going to be able to hear our former campaign. And in that campaign, you will not hear the word isXperia. And in our new campaign, you won't hear that. And you probably won't hear Mystique. And the reason that we do that is so that only those people that are connected with our radio co-op will be able to actually cash in on the lead generation system. And so I tell you that so that you know that for certain, if you join this co-op, you know, I don't care if somebody has organic in the #1 spot on every single a search engine word that people might possibly put in, and they are not going to get one single lead from this campaign. And what that means to you is that your dollars that you spend here in the co-op are truly going to produce leads for you and only other people that take part in this co-op. That's very important to me. It's important to Brian, and I would hope that that's very important to you as well. But one of the big things that that Brian and I do, it's one of my passions. It's one of the things I love most about network marketing, and that's teaching and training. And in our former company that we were in, there was a training program there, and there were only 13 national trainers in the whole company of like 100,000 people, and Brian and I were 2 of those trainers, and one of our someone that's also in our downline was one of them. So we had 3 people out of our team of 13 people that were actually trainers. So we love to train. So when you join our radio co-op, one of the main things we're going to do is provide training for you. So you don't have to worry about whether you'll know what to do or not, because we are going to lay it out. We're going to have multiple in-depth private webinars where you can ask questions. We are going to have the Mystique Let's Make Some Racket Radio Handbook that is actually written by me. You're going to have phone scripts that we know are proven to work. We're going to involve you in all of our unique methods. We're going to lay it all out just like we do to our team. We're going to treat you just as though you were our team. We do this with our team privately, but we know that in order for you to be successful with a radio campaign, especially if you've never done it before, that you really need to have this training. You need to have a phone script. And as you get into our training, we'll tell you more about that and how it evolves into just being your own personality and how to make it authentic. But we do give you phone scripts that everybody can do. And what I love about this is from the brand new person that signed up on your team, they can do this. Anybody, someone that joined just yesterday will be able to do this. So I love that it's duplicatable. You may have somebody that can go out and sponsor 20 people because they have a circle of influence that just allows them to do that. And that's fabulous. Thank God you found that person, but it's not duplicatable. And so if you're someone that needs a little bit something extra, just this training alone is not only going to help you with the radio campaign, but it's going to help you in your warm market. It's going to help you in your everyday interactions with people as you go about your business, with isXperia on your mind all day long, and these things will just flow from you. This training, we're giving it away for free. It is something that you would have to pay for otherwise. We're also going to be giving you a detailed report. This is actually the wrong slide. We've changed the detailed report to 5 ways to close the sale. And we're going to lay out, as you're talking to people, 5 different ways that you can engage this person, whether it's from becoming a customer to becoming a business partner to upgrading. There's 5 different things that we're going to go into detail about. Plus, there's so much more. And in fact, at the end of this webinar, when we show you the website that I have prepared where you can actually go in if you want to join the co-op, there's a video from me there. And there's also, if you fill out the form, you will actually right away start getting a special report on email marketing, how to do that. It's a 6-part training. These are all things that we need to know how to do. They're things that we had to learn. They're things that we have actually bought trainings for and gone through trainings. I've spent most of my time over the past 5 years learning every single thing that I could. I've been like a sponge, and I'm just so full of information. I'm ready to hand it out to anybody that wants to be a part of that. So part 2 of this is not only do you get to be in this co-op, this conglomerate, this sharing together of pooling our money together so that we can get the most bang for our buck, but it's also having this private training, and it's manuals that you can have that you can share with your own team. You know, you want to be a leader of your team, then you need to train. You need to share things with them that, you know, that will help them. So these are things that as you have this in your hands, you can take it back to your team. And if you're not a leader yet, you can declare yourself a leader after you go through our training, and you can start training other people as well. So I think it's just a really valuable system all the way around. And you know, I'm going to hand this back to Brian. I really want to get down to talking to our other 2 guests and then telling you the really great price that we have for you guys, and maybe get into just a couple questions. So Brian, back to you.
Yeah, fantastic. I think let's kind of flip-flop that, because I think it's imperative. Let's go ahead and give you guys the nitty-gritty on how to put this whole thing together, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to show you guys a different screen. This goes to our actual website, which gives people the ability to join into the co-op. The co-op is on a per-share basis, and let me explain what that means. Is that no different than buying a share of a company, a publicly traded company's stock. That's basically the way that you're actually going to take part in this particular radio campaign. Each share, okay, is priced at $220 per share. Those of you that were with us last time, you'll notice that that is, well, double the price. It was $110, now it's $220. There's a reason for that, and let me explain. The reason is because last time what we had was we had so many people buying multiple shares that it really didn't make a lot of sense for us to have share price at that particular amount. For those of you that still want to stay at the 110, all we have to do is we have to couple you with somebody else to partner with to buy 1 share. What that does is that alleviates a lot of administrative work on our part, on our end. It's very hectic dealing with a per share basis. Okay, so it's $220 per share. So what do you get for $220? Well, you get the actual training, okay, but you also get a spot in the rotation. Now, the rotation is what we call a 1-800 rotation system. Our radio ad is going to have a specific 1-800 number. It'll be the same number that we had last time. So for those of you that have been in the telecenter rotation, you're already there. So you don't have to do anything. But if you notice here on the screen, you notice isXperia up top, this is our telecenter sign-up page. One of the things that as a co-op member, you have to be a part of the rotational 1-800 system. And so we'll give you instructions once you sign up on our website and say, hey, I want to take part in this. We'll give you all the instructions on how to do this and help you and walk you through it. What that means is that when somebody's driving in their car and they hear our radio campaign and they're interested in hearing more, there'll be a 1-800 number that is offered in the actual 60-second ad. The people will grab their cell phone, they'll pick up the phone, they'll dial the 1-800 number. It will go to a main greeting. The greeting will be scripted. The greeting will be recorded professionally. It's going to be there on that main greeting. That greeting will welcome people. It will give them a little blurb about what it is they're calling for, and let them know that we must get their name, their telephone number, and their email address. And we ask them to repeat it twice on the actual voicemail system, and that an isXperia independent distributor will be contacting them within 24 hours. It's a rotation basis. So all that means is that if we had 10 people that took part in the radio campaign and each person bought 1 share each, then the first person who's in line, first come, first serve to get your share, first person in line will get the first lead that comes in, and then it rotates to the next person. All it's doing is dropping that voicemail in your own individual voicemail box in the rotation system. You will then receive an email every time you get a lead. That email will allow you right there on your smartphone to be able to click through and listen to the actual recorded message that somebody left. You get their name, their telephone number, and at that point, that's when the training is going to kick in on what do you do next. That's what Jamie was just talking about. For people who buy more than 1 share, the way the rotation works is this way, and it can be confusing. If we have 10 people that take advantage of this, and 8 of those people buy 1 share, but there are 2 people who buy 2 shares, okay? The system will go through all the people first that have 1 share and drop a lead into every one of their voicemail boxes. Then the system says, okay, well, is there anybody that has 2 shares? Well, there are 2 people that have 2 shares, and then it will bypass the people that have 1, and it will drop the next 2 leads into the people that have 2. And it will continue doing that until it exhausts the highest number of shares that is owned by a co-op member. And then once it exhausted all those, then it starts all back over at 1 again at the top. And so it continues to drop these leads into the box, right? So this is not something you need to worry about right now. I'm just trying to share with you exactly how it works. I do, however, want to share with you a little bit about, when it comes to what can you expect. Well, I'm going to show you our last campaign. I'm going to show you our last campaign just so you guys can see this. You'll notice we started the last campaign on March 28, 2011, and at 6:38 our first lead came in. Okay, and you're going to see the Excel spreadsheet. This is just a spreadsheet that lists out all the calls that came in. Over a 2-week period, okay, I think we had 21 or 22 people take advantage of the campaign last time. Many people had multiple shares, like I mentioned. But over the 21 or 22 people, you'll see, as I scroll down here, you can do the numbers down here. We've got 433 leads that came in a 2-week period for 21 to 22 people. Okay? Those who bought more shares got more leads. Those who bought less shares got less leads, but everybody gets leads. This is not a system where you don't get leads. What you do with those leads really matter, and that's where the training comes in. Okay? And so you can see that there's many different people that are getting all these leads that are coming in. The details of what you do with it, that comes later. But we wanted to give you guys the price point, $220 a share. Yes, you can share a share if you'd like to. That'd keep it at the 110 for you. And then we've got to make sure that you're on the 1-800 rotational system. That's very, very, very important. Otherwise, we don't have a place with you to drop that lead in. Okay? Jamie, did you want to add something to that before we get back?
Yes, I really do. I also want you guys to know Brian and I do not make 1 penny from this campaign. We have to buy our spots too. This is truly, everybody does the same exact thing. We offer this, like we said before, because with more people, we get more buying power, we get more visibility, or I don't know if you call it visibility or not, but that's what I'm going to call it. More listening.
Exposure. Yes.
Yeah, more exposure. Thanks. You get more exposure. And what we really need to do for our company as a whole, is to get the word out there. And that's what this does. And, these are not just any old leads. These are not like leads you would buy. I mean, I hope you guys are not buying leads. I mean, I hope you guys know better than that. These are people that hear this radio ad and they go to their phone, they take action, they call the phone, or they go to the website that I'm going to have prepared for us, which, by the way, we're also going to have a specific website, which we always have for our radio campaigns, one where people can go to, put their information in, and that also goes through a rotational system where we give you those leads as well. And also we will have an information website where we will have an online business presentation, so you don't have to share the opportunity. It's going to be right there where people can listen to it. It's going to have product information. It's going to have everything that people need to know if they're considering, 1, whether to buy your product, or 2, to become your business partner. So we are going to have everything, absolutely everything in place for you. But I want you guys to know that me and Brian have to buy our spots too. We're not making 1 single penny off of anybody's anything. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was important for people to know.
Yeah, full disclosure. It is important you guys know. I mean, look, for the more people that take advantage of this, guys, mine and Jamie's $220 for each of our shares is more powerful, and that's as simple as we can make it. So I wish everybody in this company would take advantage of this, because, again, if they did, we're going to have more buying power, more leads coming in. What I want to do right now is I want to actually bring on a guest who's been part of both of our campaigns, and a big part of especially the last one here, and he had some great success. And so what I want to do is I want to open this up to Mr. Grant Kodiga for Grant to say a few words. Grant, are you there, bud? Hello, Grant.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, buddy. How are you?
Yes, loud and clear.
Well, I'll tell you what, everyone out there, I am just fit to be tied right now. You know, the last several years, isXperia has been focused on bringing on just an incredible diversified product line. And that takes a lot of effort. And this year, we're focused on growth. We're focused on volume. And I don't, let's see, Brian, do you want to cue me on some things, or just let me take off for 5 minutes, whatever you want?
Yeah, I mean, I just really want you to talk about, you know, you obviously are part of the last couple of radio campaigns that we did. You've had tremendous success. People look at you as a leader, so I'd really like to know, you know, what when it comes to mass media, we recognize that it doesn't circumvent your natural market, but as another arrow in your quiver, if you will, it does give you a lot more exposure and a lot more people to talk to, so you can get a lot more momentum built up in your business. I'd just really like for you to talk about that.
It does, and in fact, I took the radio campaign that Jamie and Brian put together, and what a neat couple of people to be involved with us as team members, and and I took the leads this last year, and I went ballistic for 90 days. I mean, I really worked this business hard and ended up winning this contest, and $10,000 plus what I earned outside of that, earned nearly $20,000 in 1 month. And this is what this campaign does. This is what it can do for everyone in this business. It gets you in the game. It helps you develop your talking points. You know, we've heard that saying, starting is half done. When you join a radio campaign, all of a sudden you're getting leads. All of a sudden you've got to figure out what you're going to say. And each time you talk and speak to a new prospect, you get better and better and better and better. And you become rounded. And after a while, it starts to become fun, and you're going to find that you're not only effective with the leads in the radio campaign, but you're also effective in other contacting in your warm market. So it makes you better. It gets you in the game. It does something else too. It creates emotional maturity for you, emotional consistency in this business. When you start pacing yourself, you start building the business. Because all of us, I believe all of us on this call have passion for the products. Now it's time to develop intensity. It's time where the rubber meets the road, where we get down, we grab the bat, and we start hitting the ball. And hitting it and hitting it and hitting, developing that intensity and developing a sense of urgency. When you've got passion, intensity, and urgency, people are going to talk to you, and they're going to hear it in your voice. They're going to want to be a part of what you're doing. They're going to know that you're a train moving on, and they want to jump on board. So this is very, very powerful. It will help you in isXperia in all aspects of your contacting realm. So I'm going to give it back to you, Brian, and anything else you want to ask me or ask me to cover, that's great.
That's awesome. I mean, you did a phenomenal job, and thank you. I mean, just thank you for your commitment not only to your own business, but to the growth of isXperia, because the more people commit to doing that and working together here, guys, the better this company is going to get. I got one last person that I want to open the floor up, and he's a good buddy of mine. He's a great leader with this organization. Everybody knows this voice. When I mention his name, I want to welcome on the line Mr. Mike Markowitz. Mike, are you there, buddy?
Yes, I am, Brian. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, Mike. And I wanted to turn this over to you for a couple of minutes, just so you can actually give your own insight to, radio advertisements, mass media, driving massive amounts of momentum, and how you feel about that as a leader in this company.
I will. Well, thanks for inviting me to the call. My traditional business, I spend about $5,000 a month in advertising, and 50% of that is in radio. and I'll tell you what, it definitely produces results. As far as the last couple campaigns that I did with you and Jamie, it was phenomenal. Had a lot of great people join our organization. So I definitely highly encourage each and every one of you to join this campaign. The nice thing about this campaign is Brian and Jamie have set up a system, and it's so important that we have this because it works. You just follow their system, you follow their training, and the results will happen. And I'm really excited about it because of what the patch has done for so many, what it can possibly do for the millions of listeners that are out there. So I'm really excited about it, Brian, and I appreciate you and Jamie putting this together, and I can't wait to run with it.
Well, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you being on board here. And you know, one of the things, guys, is that we're just scratching the surface here. When Jamie and I came on board with isXperia, we knew this was something that we were going to put in place. We knew this was whether it was just our team or whether it was the company as a whole. But we're scratching the surface. As you see, this time around, things look better. Jamie is unbelievable in terms of her creativity, and they look better. We're getting sharper. We're getting better. We're growing. We're learning just like everybody else is. But there's one common thread amongst everybody that's on this line, and that is we're all here for one reason. That is we want to grow our business. And there's no magic pill. There's no magic button that we can push. We got to get out there. We got to get in the trenches. We got to work. We got to work hard, and we got to grow it. And if your business has been stagnant as of late, guys, utilize something like this. You don't have to take advantage of our campaign, but utilize something. If you don't have something, you're going to continue to kind of sit there and be stagnant. So let's really get some momentum going. Let's do it as a group. And I'm going to turn this back over to Jamie so she can tell everybody how to actually take advantage of the co-op. And then we're going to take some questions and answers. I've got a few of them that are already typed in here. And so we're going to hold this right after Jamie's session. So if you guys will stick with me for a couple of minutes, and I'll get right to it. Thank you. Jamie?
Okay, thanks, Brian. And I want to thank all of our guests, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming tonight and just, being open-minded and, considering the possibility of expanding your borders beyond your hometown. It's a lot of fun. Just to recap a little bit about the leads, remember they're fresh leads, they're targeted leads, they're people that are specifically interested in your product and your business. You're going to have complete exclusivity. No one else outside of this radio campaign is going to have any access to any business whatsoever from this lead. And as far as the value, you might be thinking, well, $220, that's a lot of money. But, I want to just, tell you that all of you guys are spending money anyway on advertising, whether it is putting a sign up or giving away samples, having home parties. Gosh, I've had some home parties, and those things they can get expensive. They can get pricey. Are they necessary? Yes, and they're fun. We want to do home parties. But this is $220 where you're guaranteed to get probably more leads than you can even follow up with. I was talking to Grant earlier, and I said, it's so fun when you get a lead and they didn't leave their phone number, and you can just wad it up and throw it on the ground like it doesn't even matter because you've got 60 other people to call. This is about having options. It's about having people to talk to. It's about gaining experience, just like Grant said. It's about expanding your business, building relationships with people that you wouldn't normally know, just like how I met Brian and how I've met so many people on my team that are now not only my business partners but my lifelong loyal friends that I care so much about. It's about locking arms with people that are like-minded, not just, badgering people that couldn't run a business no matter what, and we're running after those people, begging people to join our business. And this is an opportunity. It's a fresh approach. If you've never tried this before, I highly encourage each and every one of you to buy one spot. If you need to partner up with somebody, maybe somebody else on your team. But it's not a lot of money for 2 weeks with a lot of leads. It's more leads than you would get from any other source. And, you know, we're not guaranteeing your results, but we are certainly going to train you and help you to get the best possible conversions from these leads, whether it be a great customer or a brand new business partner or someone that just wants to watch you for a little while. You know, somebody to keep in your contact list. We're going to train you on every bit of that. You know, this is the people business, and there are so many people out there that that are looking for something. They're looking for a way to look better, feel better. And guys, you know, honestly, it takes time, effort, energy, and money to do a business like this. If you want to be a diamond, and if you believe you're going to be a diamond, that's great. But you know what? You have to have a plan in action to make it happen. And that's my new slogan. You have to have a plan in action to make it happen. And this is one option that you guys have. And we realize it may not be for every one of you, but for those of you that it is for, you know, we look forward to working with you. If you're somebody that you just can't make it happen right at this first campaign, you know, we hope that you will stay connected with us, and perhaps maybe you can catch up with us on our next campaign. So anyway, what I want to do, actually this is a slide that is actually the wrong slide as well. This is when you come, if you have something to write with, I have a website set up, and it's very easy. It's isXperiaRadio.com. Now don't search for it. You need to put it up in your browser. Brian, if you can show them where the browser is. Yeah, just go right there. isXperiaRadio.com. And this is, okay, here it comes. So if you guys will go to this site, it's not the exact same slides that you've been seeing. It's a site that I've monitored, that I've designed for you to sign up for the co-op. We have so many of you. We had over 115 people sign up for this webinar tonight. So just to make it easier for sending out emails, we thought we would go this route. I put up a little video for you guys to look at. There's also the training where you can see what you're going to get. But Brian, if you could click on the Join the Co-op page. So
okay, I'm pausing it.
It's yeah, pause that. But if you go to Join the Co-op page, and by the way, guys, I shot that video real quick tonight, like in 5 minutes, and posted it up, so you guys know I'm a big old ham. But if you go here, there's 2 pages. You can listen to our previous ad, and this was the ad that we ran before so that you can hear the quality. This is not some shoddy thing. You know, we actually hire professionals. We have a team of people that work on our behalf. We've built relationships with these people. They like us. They give us really great spots. They know that a lot of times we're working with a limited budget, but yet they give us Hannity and Combs and the Rush Limbaugh show, and just, you know, the best possible spots that you can imagine. These are the people that, you know, that would be interested in our business, people in these type of markets. But if you click on the Join the Co-op page and you fill out that little form right there, right away you will be on our autoresponder, and you will know exactly what you have to do to join the radio co-op. You will get an email right away, and that's all you really have to do. And as Brian said before, this is first come, first serve. So if you're the first person in, and you know, just because you sign here doesn't mean that you're in. That means the first money that we get, that's the first spot. It may be Brian's spot, it may be my spot, it may be Larry Jones's spot, or it could be anybody's spot. Karen Ford's spot, it could be anybody's spot. So we are totally fair. We're first come, we're first serve. Like I said before, we're also going to have a website that people can go to fill out a form. And when people fill out that form, it's going to be on the exact same lineup of rotation. You know, and you guys can trust us on that. And, you know, so that's all you have to do. After this call, go to isXperiaRadio.com, and you can go ahead and at least go in and fill out the little form there so that you can get on our autoresponder. We know some people need reminders. There's also, in that autoresponder, there's a whole free system on email marketing. It's a 6-part series that I've prepared for you guys. It's really great information, and I hope that those of you that see the value in this will go ahead and step up to the plate. It takes time, effort, energy, and money to build a business. It takes passion, which obviously each and every one of you guys that are on this call have. It takes believing in what you do, which obviously you all do. And we love you guys. If you can't join this time, that's understandable, but we hope that you'll keep us in the loop and perhaps try to save up some money and join us next time. So anyway, we want to thank you all for coming to the call. I'm going to turn it back to Brian. Again, I want to thank all of our guests. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your Wednesday night to come and hear what Brian and I have to say and what we have to offer. And I hope you all have a great night. So I'm going to turn it back to Brian to shut this down for us.
Hey, thanks, Jamie, and I really appreciate that. Look, we got 4 minutes left, guys. I've got a couple of really good questions, and I wanted to answer them aloud so most of you guys are probably thinking the same thing. Is there a limit to how many shares one may purchase? The answer is no. One person can purchase as many shares as they want to. However, we're most likely going to cut this particular co-op off at 100 shares total. So if we do reach 100 shares, which I don't know if we will or not, but if we do reach 100 shares, we're going to cut that off, and we'll save everybody for the next time. For anybody that does fall out or drop off for the next time. So we want to keep it to 100 shares or below. It's just easier on the administrative part for us. The next question was, where is the radio ad going to run? And that is an awesome question, and unfortunately for Teresa, I can't answer that. And the reason I can't is that we have demographic studies that we work on the types of markets that have the types of people that we believe are going to react positively to our message. The media buyers are the specialists in doing that. And the really cool thing is when they go out to market and they buy the media, what they do is they buy media on a 3 to 4 day basis. And so they'll buy it on a 3 to 4 day basis, and they evaluate every market and every station and every time frame that we have. And so they tweak that advertisement as it goes along in terms of which stations they drop, which stations they keep, where we put more money, etc. Our first campaign, we had a lot of leads that came out of the Southwest. We had a lot of leads that came out of the Southeastern United States. And then the second campaign, we had a lot of Northeastern leads, New York, New Jersey area, Philadelphia, and Pacific Northwest. I mean, I know that Jamie and I, we've got a group all the way out there in the Pacific Northwest just from the leads that came from the last campaign. So, I have no idea where they're actually going to run, but I will tell you, the media buyers, that's what they do for a living all day long, and that's why we're going back to them. They did us a great job. We grew from the first campaign to the second. My expectation is we're going to get better even with this one, and as we progress in the next campaign, and so on and so forth. All right? Let me see if, I think Mary Hahn, you have a question, Mary. Mary? Okay, maybe not. Okay. Well, Mary, if you can type that in, I'll be glad to answer it. I don't want to keep anybody over 9 o'clock. I know it was from 8 to 9 that was scheduled. Mary's like, I filled out the info. When do you need the money? That will come in the email. Where nobody's paying any money right now, not tonight. It's just what we want to know is if you want to do this, sign up for the co-op here, secure a spot. Once we shoot you an email from the autoresponder, you can obviously let us know how many spots that you want, etc. So we're not collecting money right now. We're just looking for interest. If you want to do that, please let us know. Yeah.
Brian, Mary, and anybody listening, when you fill out the form, it is our autoresponder, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to your email and accept it. We don't just start shooting you guys emails. You have to opt into it. I think that's fair. We don't want to, send you guys messages that you don't want to have. So Mary and you guys that are joining the co-op tonight, make sure that you go to your email, and they'll have a little link, and you'll click on it, and then you'll get the first autoresponder, and all of the information will be right there where you send the money to. Also, our deadline for money is January 31st And that is
Yep,
the
January
absolute
31st.
deadline. It has to be at Brian. Brian's wife, his beautiful wife, Lori, is going to be handling all the money and putting it into an account so that when Brian goes to the media buyers, he has all the money right then and there. If it doesn't make it by deadline, you do not get a spot. And, you know, we can't hold up the whole campaign because somebody ran a little bit late. So, you know, we'd really like it if everybody could do it early instead of at the last minute.
The media gets bought, and that's it. I mean, if the money comes in after that, you can't take part of the campaign. And it's not me doing it. That's just the way it works. Ads start running February, is it 7th, Monday, February? Is it Monday, February 6th? Monday, February 6th.
I think you said, well, I have on the thing, it's Tuesday, February 7th, because that's...
Okay, it's going to be the 6th then. It's going to be back in that Monday. I talked to the media guys today, so they're going to start it on that Monday. Those of you that have registered for the co-op, if you have questions about the rotational numbers, all that, we're going to have webinars for all the co-op people to teach you how to get everything set up. Those are going to start happening as of next week. So, so please make sure that you do realize we're going to be answering all these questions. And if for some reason you don't get your question answered tonight, call me directly. Here's my cell phone number if you guys would like to write it down. You can call me directly. My cell phone number is 813-990-9443. 813-990-9443. Please call me. I'll be glad to have some one-on-one time with you guys that are, if you're on the fence or you're a little confused about some things, we'll create some clarity for you and make sure we take care of everybody. Okay?
And you guys can find me on Facebook. You guys know I'm out there. If you haven't added me as your Facebook friend, please make sure that you do that. And I'll be happy to chat up with you there. And go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just going to say we're 2 minutes over here. We don't want to keep anybody any longer. Remember this, guys. This is an investment in your business. We can't guarantee any amount of leads are going to come from this. We know what we've done in the past. Past results are not indicative of future successes. We know that. Everything is going to be disclosed in writing. Those of you that have taken part before in the campaign, you know that. We have to get so much stuff in writing from you. You know, your investment is going to be a solid investment in your business, and we're going to teach you exactly what to do with these guys. God bless you all. Thank you guys for taking time with us tonight. Call me, email us at isXperiaRadio@gmail.com if you'd like to for any other questions. That's isXperiaRadio@gmail.com, or call me or Facebook Jamie, and we'll get you guys everything that you're looking for. We'll see you in the next. We'll see you in the next session. Join the co-op, guys. Take care.
We love you guys. Good night.